I'm Anil Kumar and this video is for my student Amandeep. Amandeep, thanks for asking me this question. The question here is, you are given the fifth and seventh terms of a geometric sequence. Is it possible to determine the 29th term without finding the general term? Now, in all my videos, you will notice that to start with, I have written the general formula for geometric sequence. The idea here is, once you look at it, you will remember it. So that is very important. So whenever you come across new formulas, put them on your sheet. That's the best way to remember them. So general term for geometric sequence is given as Tn equals to a r to the power of n minus 1, where a is the first term, T1, and r is the common ratio, n is set of natural numbers. Now the question here is that you are given fifth and seventh term. So if you are given fifth and seventh terms, then you know what is T5. T5 could be written as a of r to the power of 5 minus 1, right? So T5 can be actually written as a r to the power of 4. Similarly, we know what is seventh term. That means T7th is known, which will be a to the power of r, a times r to the power of 6, 7 minus 1, right? So straight away I wrote 6 here. Now the question is, we need to find the 29th term. So the question is that you need to find 29th term. Knowing fifth and seventh term, how are you going to find it, right? Now, in geometric series, since we know there is a common ratio, then ratio is actually the solution, right? What is T7 over T5? T7 is a r to the power of 6, T5 is a r to the power of 4. So T7 over T5 could be written as a and a will cancel. Do you see that? We get r square. So from given T7 and T5 values, we can actually find r. Do you see that? So r is equal to square root of T7 over T5. That is a key to understand the whole issue, right? Now, we want to find what T29 is. Just as we did T7 and T5, we can find the ratio of T29 to T7, right? So what is T29 over T7? T29 means a times r to the power of 29 minus 1, and T7 means a times r to the power of 7 minus 1. Now a and a cancel out. What are we left with? We get a to the r to the power of 28 over r to the power of 6, which is equal to r to the power of 28 minus 6, correct? So we'll rewrite this. I'm going in small steps so that things are very clear to you. So T29 over T7 can be written as r to the power of 28 minus 6, which is 8 minus 6 is 2. So r to the power of 22. But what did we find r as? As we can see from here, r is square root of T7 over T5, which you could also write like this, T7 over T5 to the power of half. Do you see that? Same thing. So we'll replace r with this. So we get T29 over T27 or T7 equals to, instead of r, we will write T7 over T5. These are the two known terms to the power of half, and everything to the power of 22. From here we can get what T29 is. So 29th term is equals to 7th term times ratio of 7th and 5th term to the power of half of 22, which is 11. Correct? Well, if you used 25, you could have also found the similar formula, but in that case it will be T29 over T5, right? So in that case it will be 24 divided by 2 as 12. So we get the same formula or a similar formula using T5 also. Anyway, that is how you can find the 29th term knowing 5th and 7th term. So knowing any two terms in your sequence, geometric sequence, you can find the third term. That is kind of very important to understand from this example. And the key here is find ratio. Do you understand? Find ratio. Once you find ratio, the first term A gets cancelled and you get the ratio, right? That is how it should be done. I hope it's absolutely clear and is going to benefit many other students like you. Thank you and all the best.